Good morning, good evening, and welcome back to War Thunder and another War Thunder guide. This guide, I'm going to be showing you how you can kill almost all of the heavily armored or hard to kill tanks in the lower ranks. That will be often rank 2, and something may stretch into rank 3 as well. I'm going to be showing you where you can shoot them to maximize your chances of survival. This video is mainly based for newer players who might struggle to face most of these tanks. We're going to be going through each nation that has tanks that is hard to kill. For example, Japan, they don't have any tanks that are heavily armored, but most of the nations do. We're gonna start off with America, and our first tank is the M4 Shermans. I'm just gonna go with M4A2. We're going to be using the M3 75mm cannon with the M61 shot at 500 meter range for all of the tanks. So, where should we start? The M4 Sherman is a pretty well armored tank for its BR. Try to go for the machine gunner support right here, since it will go straight through and kill the whole crew. If you have higher penning rounds, like the German 75mm long barrel, you can just go for the hole of the upper hole here. Don't go here, that transmission will just eat it. And same if you have a higher penning cannon, you will be able to go through the sides of the turret cheeks here. It's a bit risky. The other guns, as you can see, there's a few spaces you can go, but try to go for the machine gunner support. Turning to a side aspect, you see that it's very well armored here. But you can go for the side of the turret, or you can go for the side of the hull, as shown here. Now, looking from a side aspect, go for the center of the hull. A bit forward of the turret, just go center mass right here. APHE will go through and annihilate the whole crew. And from the rear, just go for the back of the turret, as shown right here. It will kill the turret crew. Next, we have the M4A3 105. This is a better armored Sherman with a 105mm howitzer on it. The same thing applies here as the normal Sherman. Go for the machine gunner support, since that is the main weak spot front. Many players do cover up the weak spot with bushes, but you can just machine gun the bushes off and you can get a clear shot. Again, with the higher penning rounds, you will be able to go through the cheeks too. From a side aspect, again, don't shoot the front since it will be angled. Go for the side of the hull or the side of the turret. Looking from a side aspect, again, go slightly in front of the turret, right here, and that will kill the whole crew. And from a rear aspect, again, just go for the back of the turret, like so. Next up, we have Germany and the Panzer IV-H. So for the Panzer IV-H, try to go for the turret since the hull is actually pretty well armored for your M3 cannon. If you have higher penning rounds, you can just go for the upper part of the hull right here. But if you want a guaranteed disabled tank, go for the cheeks right here. It will go straight through and kill him. Looking from a side aspect, you can basically penetrate him everywhere. But I would recommend going for the hull since this will often hit ammunition, and if it doesn't, it will actually kill the whole crew. Instead of you going for the turret, there's a chance that these two guys will survive. Side aspect, again slightly in front of the turret. It will go straight through, detonate ammunition, or kill the crew. And if you want to look at the rear, go for the back of the turret like this. But try to go for these parts right here, the flat parts. Don't go for the upper part. Don't go here, the transmission will just eat everything. Go for these parts right here, this part and this part. Try to go for the right side to guarantee a gunner kill. We go for the left part. These guys will often just survive So try to go for the right side. Looking at the side aspect, it's pretty well armored, but you can go for this sliver right here, as you can see right here, or you can just go for the upper hull right here. It will go straight through and kill the turret crew. Side aspect, again, just go for center mass, and looking from the rear, just go for this slab right over the engine deck. Try to go for the center mass shot. It will go straight through and kill the crew. Next up, we have the Soviets, starting off with the T-34s. This is how you kill them. Go for the turret always, never go for the hull. This will never work. Contrary to the Americans, the machine gun reports on the Soviet tanks will never work, and it's not a weak spot. Same with the driver hatch. Go for the cheeks of the turret right here, since they're very weak. Go for the right side always to guarantee a gunner kill, but most of the time it will just nuke the whole crew, especially if you have a PHE. Looking from a side aspect, again, don't go for the hull, it's pretty well angled and armored. Again, go for the turret side, go straight through and kill the crew. Looking from a side aspect, again, go for the hull, a bit in front of the turret to get both of the crew areas. And looking from a rear aspect, again with all the other ones, go for the back of the turret, which will kill him completely. Next up, we have the Soviet KV-1s. This is, again, don't go for the hull, go for the turret. If you have higher penning rounds, this will also become a weak spot. With the 75 for America, it can be a bit iffy sometimes. But if you have higher penning guns like the long 75 for Germany, this will be no problem. But go for the side of the turret, and as you can see, we have flat parts all over the turret. This is where you want to aim. Try to go for the right corner first, since that will guarantee a gunner kill right here. But most of the time this just nukes the whole turret crew. And you can just wait for him to replace his gunner and go for the same shot once again. Looking from the side aspect, the hull is again very well armored, and the turret is also very well armored. So if you're playing the KV-1, you always want to try an angle. But there's one place you can go through, and that is the gun mantle right here. You can actually knock out his cannon breach. A red breach always means a dead breach, so yeah. And from the side aspect, this is almost the same for all the tanks. Go for the hull, a bit in front of the turret, right here, so. And the same for all the other tanks, just go for the back of the turret if you're facing him from the rear. Next up, we have the British. Starting off, we have the Churchill 3. There's only one thing you can do with him when facing the Churchill in a Sherman with the normal 75. That is to go for the machine gunner sport down low. Try to go for the upper part right here. We go through and kill most of the tank. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong shell. Here we go. If you go through, you will go through and explode. That's basically the only part where you can go through this man. Can always try to sneak a shot in right above here, but this is almost never going to work. So the only part you can go through is basically right here, and this part. You can go through here also. Yeah, that is the only part you can go through. If you have a stronger gun, like the German 75, you can basically go through the whole area right here. Looking from this side, the track will just eat everything shot at the hull. You can try to go for this small part right in the middle of the turret right here, where the two parts of the turret connect, but it's a risky shot. And from the side, just again go for the lower hull, slightly in front. You can actually aim for like this port right here. Go straight through and kill the crew. And from the rear aspect, again, just go for the back of the turret, like so. And the last nation we have is France. Starting off, we have the B1 bis. In a Amphor Sherman, you can go through this whole part right here. And in, for example, a German 75, you can basically go through the front anywhere. But if you have a weaker gun, there's one spot where you can shoot. That is this area right here, which is not as well angled as you can see. It will go straight through. Try to go for this part right here. We'll just go straight through and kill the whole crew. But if you have a stronger gun, you can basically shoot it anywhere on this area right here. Looking from this side, shoot this or the turret cheek. It will just go straight through, and thanks to APHC, we'll knock out the crew. From this side, once again, go slightly in front of the turret in the hull. And that will kill the whole crew. And for the rear, the exact same as every other tank, just go for the back of the turret, like so. There is also one version of the B1, which is just an up-armored B1. I'll show you how you can kill this thing too. It's not that much different, but new players will struggle with this nonetheless. Looking at, you can see it's very well armored for its tier. Try to go for this area right here again. It's the same as on the previous one, but the problem is down here it's now more armored and you will struggle with most cannons. So go for this area right here or the side of the turret. I can show you, it just goes straight through. Kill them. And looking from the side again, this is the area where you want to shoot, or you shoot the side of the turret. This now, straight through and kill him. Looking from the side now. Now you can see they have added more armor to the tracks now, so it can actually be a bit harder to kill from the side. Don't go for this bar right here, nothing will happen. Go for the middle part right here, just go straight through. As you can see, if you have a weak gun, this may not work. In that case, you just go for the side of the turret or this slab right here, as shown previously. And the same story is in the rear. Just go for the back of the turret. It's pretty standard. So yeah, that is how you kill most of the tanks in the low tiers of War Thunder. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write it in the comments and I will try to respond to you as quickly as possible. If you have any other requests for guides, also please type that in the comments and I will get started. Just keep in mind, I'm not fucking touching naval. You can go watch some other channel. Naval is never even coming close on this channel. But with that, this video is coming to a close. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. As always, stay tuned as there will be more content to come about War Thunder in the future. But that out of the way, take care and I'll see you later.